Speaks with Jarrell Strambler. Today we'll be discussing the importance of having multiple sources of income and how to maintain them. Hey Jarrell, how are you?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thank you for taking out the time in your busy schedule to join me.
Oh no, thank you, for sharing your platform.
No problem. So first of all, for you guys who don't know, my name is Deleasa again. I am the children's author of Aiden Goes Fishing. If you have not purchased that, it's available on all platforms. Get that today. So Jarrell, introduce yourself to everyone and give us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Jarrell Strambler, of course, certified Merc for people that know me in the music industry or whatever else. Um, you know, just pretty much just kind of
Jack of all trades, perhaps.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so I've been on Jarrell for maybe over 12 years now.
Yeah.
Since I've met him years back, he has definitely evolved into a businessman. All of my financial savvy advice comes from him. He's a major networker and has definitely given me some jewels to polish my own business and my own platform. So you do have a 9 to 5 though.
Yes, I work for my father. He has his
Oh,
own business. Yes. His
awesome.
right. Yes.
So you have a 9 to 5, but you
Mm,
also have other sources of income, correct?
correct, correct.
So
Yes.
what are your other sources of income that you maintain?
So I sell beats. I'm an audio engineer. I do beats production, and also I sell shoes on the side. Yeah.
So did you go to school to be an audio engineer?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Awesome.
Right. Yeah, I went to school for audio engineer and production.
So when did it come with you having a 9 to 5
Mm.
and you also having a degree in audio engineering? What made you go ahead and make the steps to start actually selling your beats versus it just being a hobby and not really investing in too much resources or too much time to maintain your adult life?
I mean, for me personally, like I've always had my main source of income and like another source of income. Like that's always been me. Like that's something that was instilled in me. My father did that for years. He always had like his job and he always had his business on the side. So I think I kind of inbred that for him.
Definitely, that's a good quality. So let me ask you this. You don't have kids currently, but when you do become a parent,
Hmm.
will you instill the traditional American dream? You go to high school, you go to college, you start a job, you get a car, the house, the family, you retire, or the more modern way of living that we're starting to see to take off is more of you control your destiny, you can own your own business, you can become your own boss. It's just so many resources now in order for you to live the life that you want to in order to maintain financial freedom.
No ma'am, no ma'am. No, I'm not really me personally. Like I feel like I feel like I think that we should have control of our own destiny. Like I'm not I don't think anybody hold on, let me backtrack a little bit. So some people work a 9 to 5. Some people are Indians and some people are Chiefs. So yeah, for sure, I think that some people should work, you know what I mean, if that's what's into you. Some people like want to have that type of stability, somewhere they know they can get good insurance and all the benefits and all that. But for me personally, like I think like if it's in you, like you gotta be an entrepreneur. You gotta get out there and get it. Like that's really like my thing. I push that. I push that. I stress that.
No, I definitely agree with you. I feel like I'm one of those people that have been comfortable in maintaining a 9 to 5 only because life happens and
Mm,
the reality for most of us, to find the time or the resources to even figure out what our side hustle will be or what we could start on our own. It's kind of unrealistic. As a mom to myself, I've always put everything on the back burner when it comes to investing in myself or my side hustle because I know I need to do my 9 to 5 in order to take care of my house because I am
Oh,
the breadwinner.
don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? Just like Nipsey Hussle said, all money in, no money out. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, my interpretation is with that, like, you're supposed to take that money, whatever money they're giving you, put that into yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you invest in yourself, they say you could never lose.
No,
That's
110%.
right.
And I
That
will say the common denominator that I hear from entrepreneurs is once the entrepreneur fire has been lit, you
mm,
will be comfortable with your traditional 9 to 5.
for sure.
Um, and that is something I definitely agree on. I feel like you've been an advocate of invest in yourself for forever, and
Right.
the money that you're getting from the 9 to 5, you can invest in yourself once you figure out what the side hustle you want to do. It's just basically making the sacrifices that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I went maybe 6 months without getting my toes and my nails done in order for me to hold back on money because
Right.
it was
No, for sure.
there was no room for any extra money. That just wasn't an option. So it had to become, well, how can I find this money in order to do what I want to do
Right.
to start that other source of income? So
Mm.
why do you feel like it's important to maintain multiple streams of income?
You know, for me, so I've heard multiple people that's actually up there. The big dogs, I've heard them say 7 streams of income. And really, to be honest with you, like I've never had one job. Like every time I had a job, it was always I have a job and I have whatever else going on. Like that's just always been me. Like I've never felt like if I have a job, that's it. I'm gonna come home, go to sleep, and that American dream where you just have your wife and just be cut up and all night. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's just more so like if you have that one stream of income, that's supposed to be used to. I just told somebody else this the other day. You have that one stream of income that's not supposed to be used as far as a savings to me personally. That's not used as far as a savings. That's supposed to be used to reinvest because you're not going to get if your goal is to be rich or wealthy, that's not going to get you wealthy just to take that money and put it to the side and watch it grow. That's not going to happen like that.
But
It's
I honestly think the traditional idea of the American dream does not involve long-term wealth. It involves survival because that's basically what we were handed down. You get a job, you work your job, you retire,
right.
you pass on. So it's really within our community, there isn't a history of things being left behind besides debt,
Right, right.
if even that. So I do agree with you on that. You have to have the multiple sources of income if you want to maintain financial wealth or become wealthy. So, with that being said, why do you feel like within our communities, as far as minorities, family businesses, or entrepreneurship passed from generation to generation or just generational wealth? Why do you feel that it isn't a common thing outside of the obvious oppressions that we had to endure?
Outside of that, I think it's just like they call it generational curses. They we pretty much we go off of what we were told and taught.
Definitely.
So our grandparents, our fathers before that, they taught us that it was just pretty much cool to go to school, get a good job, work with 50 years, retire. and just live off of that. But at the end of the day, like, what is that doing for your son and your kids? Like, it doesn't help us out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really like the difference between us as far as races. Like, I
No,
think,
I agree with that.
yeah.
What do you think is the What do you think is the first step to breaking the generational curse?
Pretty much what people are doing now.
Right.
Everybody, they pretty much kind of see where everything is at. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
definitely agree.
right, yeah. They see where, excuse me, they see where like their grandparents are doing. They seen where their parents have done, but that hasn't made them prosper. You know what I mean? Where's like, you know, the other side, other people are just kind of have houses, and they have houses where they leave houses to these people. And
Right.
right, it's pretty much like, hey, I'm gifting this to you. This is you. This is for you. You don't have to pay anything. Where they
College
just
is not a
right,
worry. Having a vehicle is not a worry. A job, once you finish college, is not a worry. Like it's
exactly.
beyond supplying them with the basics. It's
Mhm.
basically you're born into an established lifestyle.
Right. And then we're kind of just born into like debt. You get what I'm saying?
Correct. Correct.
So
Correct.
where the other races where they kind of just get into where it's like they're born into wealth.
So
So
we have to be specific about that because we can't necessarily say other races. I think it's a cultural thing, honestly,
oh,
because
for
you
sure.
have a lot of different races that come to America and flourish. But
For sure.
it's the unity and it's the teamwork to want to see everyone within their community or within their household succeed. And
Right.
it's kind of you help me, I help you, you help me, I help you until everybody is on that level of financial wealth. And
Right.
then as a whole, everyone has something to contribute.
Right.
So I do think I agree with you on that. What is refreshing is something that I noticed, and I feel like a lot of people have to notice, especially the older generations. Although I feel like our generation, the younger, the millennials, Gen Zs, and on back, I
For
feel
sure.
like we do get tagged for a lot of negative undertones. But for me, in my observation, as you said, we're doing it already. We're observing. We see what it got our parents, our grandparents, and then some. So now we're kind of shaking the mold and stepping away what's traditional. And it's let me start my own business.
For sure.
Let me get with like-minded people that can relate to me and that reflects me. And let's put our knowledge together and our skills and go ahead and build that wealth within ourselves. And
Right.
it's kind of like a reason why I wanted to do this platform. You start your own network of community of like-minded people that are also entrepreneurs, and then it's you help me, I help you. You promote me, I promote you. And that's how I feel like overcoming that crab in the barrel mentality basically gets you further on the success field. And even outside of financial freedom. I feel like our generation is just shaking the mold on emotional freedom, on mental health, on physical health. We're vegan, we're working out, we're doing things that aren't traditional.
Right.
So most of our family kind of don't understand it, but for us, it's
Mhm.
like we have to figure out whatever it is to step away from that generational curse. So I really do agree with you on that.
Mhm.
So the saying that people are saying now, if 2020 didn't bring out your hustle, then it's just not in you. You stated
Right.
earlier that some people are Indians and some people are Chiefs.
Mhm.
Do you feel like that saying is true? It's,
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I feel like 2020 really should have kind of like just took you past anything. Like, it was for me. That's really when I just started like doing shoes online.
so
Look,
how much?
you got to think about it. 2020 was the year. of the internet.
Correct.
Everybody was inside. So many people just have to rely on the internet. People are just doing online shopping. People are just shopping. There was like such a big commodity for so much of everything. Guns, food, whatever it was, like they couldn't get anything. But at the same time, like they pretty much had to rely on the internet. And Jeff Bezos, you know what I'm saying, Amazon, he pretty much had to hire like 100,000 people during this time. Like, how could you not take advantage of that?
Agreed.
Right.
So about what price range do you sell your shoes from for?
Um, for the most part, there's like I can't even say like a price range because like it depends on the demand of it.
But you profit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because I might get them. I might get them. Most of the time, I get them under market. Whether they're like not in high demand, I still get them under market. And
Awesome. So about your beats, is there a set price or a price range that you have for each beat that you sell?
as far as the beats, I just sell them. I sell them. Sometimes I might get a homeboy deals and all that.
So
But
it varies. But
right,
you're still profiting.
right. Oh, it's all profit. Everything is profit because I don't have to spend too much money to make it. So
Correct.
right.
So what other ventures are you looking into in 2021 to add another source of income, or is that something that you're currently looking into?
Yes, for sure. 2021, I'm heading into real estate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now is the time for real estate to
Oh
get
yeah,
in. That's
sure,
excellent time.
sure. It's a buyer's market right now.
It is.
Yeah.
I
I'm,
feel like another reason why there's a lack of so many entrepreneurs or not many individuals that's taking on the responsibility, because there is a responsibility when you decide to break generational curses.
for
It's
sure.
not nothing easy because you don't have a blueprint, as we said in other cultures. You're born into life with a blueprint,
For sure.
and it's
Right.
just you walk in and the door has already been open. For us, it's once you make that choice to be the first to break that generational curse, to start
Mhm.
establish generational wealth, to be healthy mentally, physically, financially,
Right.
you got to figure it out on your own. You have to do the research on your own. And as we know, reaching out to people to get advice isn't always the option because it's like people want to hoard onto the information for themselves. I feel like the real estate industry is another one. There's so many grants and programs for minorities to step a foot in
Hmm.
and get this land and get these real estate properties. But if you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know your credit story, I mean, what can you do, honestly?
Right. I mean, but at the same time, like a lot of people right now, they're just not giving away their industry. I mean, they're not giving away the game. A lot of people I see on social media, they're like selling it. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to find
Oh, of course.
how to do this, I will show you how to do this, but you got to pay for it. Which
And
I
price.
could, right. I'm I'm not opposed to that because it's like integration. So,
Of course.
right. So it's like, hey, I sell houses, and if I sell houses, you want to learn how to buy and sell homes, then I'm gonna pay. You got to pay me for this knowledge. I mean, all of that. Like, I'm really into integration, so for sure.
I'm definitely for that. I agree with that. If you have knowledge and it's going to catapult someone else's success or somebody else's financial wealth,
Right.
why wouldn't you pay, but you would pay with someone else? So I do agree with that theory, but I feel like even if you're selling, it
Hmm.
is our sole duty and responsibility to make sure our family is on,
For
to
sure.
pass that knowledge to people that are in within our village.
No, for sure.
Um,
I'm with you on that.
so, what brings you joy in being an entrepreneur?
Being an entrepreneur, what has always brought me joy is, to be honest with you, being able to do whatever I wanted to do. Being able to
I
do what I
definitely
want to
agree with
do,
that.
move how I want to, if you want to hire somebody, you can hire whoever you want to. Like, so, all right. So my dad, he owns his own company. I work for his company right now. That's my main source of income. That's my main job, whatever. But the thing is, okay, so before I graduated high school, I had my first felony. And the same with my cousin. He had got in some legal problems, legal issues, and one of the other guys that worked for us also, he had some legal issues. But him being a black man, he could just hire whoever he wanted to. Like me personally, like I was looking for a job for the longest before I went to school to be an audio engineer and producer and all this. I was looking for a job for the longest, and I couldn't find a job, and I let them hold that over my head that So that is one thing, like, just as far as like being an entrepreneur, that I love so much. Just like so many other people, they are able to hire whoever they want to hire.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. So I definitely agree with you on that. It has to be an amazing feeling to know that you taking an investment in yourself to start your own business is
Right.
also in return helping out so many other people that necessarily wouldn't be able to do so on their own.
Exactly. Right.
Um, so I do appreciate you for taking your time out again. Thank you everybody for taking time out of your day and tuning in as well. My name is Deleasa and you're watching Deleasa Speaks with Jarrell Strambler. Thank you again.